Biafra, Afro, BFR, Rafo Jingo, my people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku, na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show, no be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up. He go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your pikin them. I dey tell you, he can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing they happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down look, na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra, where you they cry for sins. You go also win too.
A referendum is a right to you.
Bergie USA is welcoming our Obataobi, His Excellency Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ikpa, to United States USA for a town hall meeting, and Bergie, Texas will be presenting the kola nut, Iwa Oji. Therefore we are inviting wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafrans, well-wishers and all lovers of freedom to this great event.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Wherever you are joining me from, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. Please like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you so that they can be part of this very platform and be able to send information across. Fellow Biafrans and people of the world, viewers across the world, in this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here for saga or to attack any individual. What we do in this platform is to send information across to the world on the true situation of things in Biafra land and in the contraption called Nigeria. There are so many things that are not being taken note of. There are so many things that are happening that are being told in a different form. In this platform, we bring those information to your doorstep and tell you exactly how things are. There are certain videos that you might not be able to come across on the media. Some videos that are hidden from the eyes of the people, we bring them out and share it through the social media so that the world will be aware of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. I welcome every one of you, and I'm going to share a very important information as we speak. I want you to watch this video from the beginning to end. You will understand what we are talking about. So many things that you can't see online. You are going to see it here. So, listen to this very video from the beginning to end, and I bet you're going to enjoy it. Let us watch it together and see what the video has to say.
All right, welcome back, and let's let you into the conversation. We have, well, first of all, we have our guest joining us today. We have joining us right now. We have Barrister Darlington Agumo, a political analyst, the UOB in-house analyst, and Opeluwa Taiwo, Director of African Initiative. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Moses. Morning, Moses.
All right, then. So let's get into the conversation proper now. Sunday at DMO, known as Sunday Igboho, has submitted a petition to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Esther, seeking support for the creation of the Yoruba Nation. Now, this petition on behalf of Professor Ifeajuna, leader of the Yoruba Nation movement, called for the UK's intervention in the agitation for a separate state for the Yoruba people. Well, accompanied by key figures from the Yoruba Nation movement, Igboho presented the petition at 10 Downing Street, signaling a continuing push for the independence of the Yoruba people. Now, this move highlights the ongoing struggle for self-determination by ethnic groups in Nigeria, with Sunday Igboho and Akintoye at the forefront of the cause for Yoruba Nation. Well, in response, this news was over the weekend. But in response to that, the Nigerian government has dismissed the petition as misleading, but the Ministry of Foreign Affairs clarified that the UK government did not endorse the call for a Yoruba nation. The British High Commissioner in Abuja confirmed that while petitions can be submitted to Downing Street, 10 Downing Street, they are not necessarily supported by the government, which typically refrains from involving itself in domestic matters of other nations. Meanwhile, in the southeast, the indigenous people of Biafra have warned Governor Kuma against intimidating residents who voluntarily observe the seat-at-home protest to demand the release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Well, IPOB emphasized that the protest is a peaceful act of self-sacrifice, rooted in the deep frustration with the continued detention of Kanu and the failure of Southeast governors to press for his release. And we know that the seat at home has caused a lot of monies have been lost in the Southeast region due to the seat at home. Well, let's come to our guest now. Welcome once again, gentlemen. I'm going to start off with Barrister Darlington. Barrister, are you ready for me this morning?
Why not?
Always ready. Well, Barrister, now, when this information came that petition was sent to 10 Downing Street for which supports for the call for Yoruba Nation, you know, we came out here and we talked about it. But now, what do you make of this revelation, this stance of the Nigerian state, and the fact that, yes, the position of the UK also in this, like, yes, you can send a petition, but it means nothing truly. What do you make of it?
The way the federal government of Nigeria treated that matter with every suspect.
You think ignoring it is treating it with
yes,
levity?
the federal government treated the submission of that petition for cessation. They treated it with levity. It's a serious issue. They should have handled it the same way they handled that of Nnamdi Kanu, who is calling for a referendum and self-determination. Because the two issues are not far apart from each other. It's all about leaving Nigeria. So why would they treat you with levity? As if it does not matter. Meanwhile, ordinary folks here who protested against bad governance and was flying a Russian flag, they were charged with treasonable felony.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing.
The moment you have had anything to do with a foreign government against your own government, you're a fifth columnist. You should be treated as an enemy of the state. It's as simple as that. You have forgotten that Sunday Igboho has a charge on his head. He has not even come to exonerate himself from that charge. He has not. He's still a wanted person in Nigeria. The federal government of Nigeria under Buhari had charged him for treasonable felony because he declared a war on Nigerian state. Arms of arms were found in his house. He read the secessionist address before the press, where he produced all the symbols of state authority, symbols of state like flag, anthem, what's it called, their currency, fadaka, and the rest of them before the press. So such a person going as far as that, and you are treating him with levity, just dismiss it. Now tell me, what is the difference between what he has done and what you are charging him Nnamdi Kanu for? What's the difference? So you can see, it's all about different laws for different folks in Nigeria. I know that if somebody from the south had done that, they should have invaded his village and arrested everybody there.
But Simon Ekpa is doing worse than that.
What hold on. I am saying the way they are treating that of the Southeast. I'm sure by now somebody would have invaded the Southwest now and surrounded the place with arms and whatever. The same way they have done in the Southeast. In fact, they should have invaded the Southwest now because they want to secede from Nigeria. What's the difference? Is it not the same thing?
Okay. All right then. Follow up. Your thoughts on it?
All right. Right, so we're talking about more than 500 languages, 300 and some are known more vocal or more popular in terms of figures, right? When we say politics is all about what figures. And as a nation, all about the 230 million. If any part of the ethnic group is ready to form a nation, the question is, what do you need to form a nation? What are the figures? Do you have the number of residents or the number of people that can put up the referendum? And if you have the number, how are they willing to test or to push for that new nation? And are you ready to follow the due process? So what happened in Sudan and other parts of the country, where other parts of the world are having different nations within the nation, and it led to so many war and famine in the land.
All right, so let's talk about this Yoruba Nation. We seem to have divergent opinions. As a Yoruba man, from your interactions with, other Nigerians, what would you say is the position of majority of those from the Yoruba extraction on wanting to leave Nigeria or wanting to remain in Nigeria? Let's not forget that one from a prominent family, Onitiri, Dupe Onitiri, former Abiola's widow, one time, I think sometime this year, read out some sort of riot act canvassing for Yoruba Nation, even though the family has come out to say they are not in support of it. She was a wife of the elder statesman.
All right, so I'm happy that you took it from that angle, and you also said clearly the family rejected or refuted.
But that could be a political.
No. Well, what we say is that Sunday Adeyemo has been pushing for a new nation from a nation, that is the Yoruba nation. And the question is, all the Yorubas, are we all in support of what he's saying? And are we part of all the process? The answer is no.
No, you now as a person, as a
All right.
Yoruba man now, let's bring it down to, let's leave the whole Yoruba nation. What is your stand on that aggregation for all? Is it speaking your mind?
Sunday Adeyemo is speaking his own mind. He's not speaking the mind of all Yorubas.
So does it mean that when the Yoruba nation, maybe for instance, is finally being granted, you would distance yourself from that cause?
We said if it is being finally approved, who will approve it? Is it UK government that will approve it? You cannot wake up one day and say because you are popular, you are going to the 10 Downing Street to present a petition. Is UK in charge of Nigeria? If you are ready, there are processes to take in all of this. But if you have gotten the number, of figure that you want, are you ready to go to the United Nations?
My colleague asked a question. It's a personal one. You, Mr. Opeoluwataiwo, are you in support of
I am in support of Nigeria. I'm not in support of any other nation.
Okay.
That is my
Mr.
stand.
Opeoluwa, in your opening statement, you said something about numbers, about politics being about numbers, and the fact that people should follow due process. And one of the due processes here is conducting a referendum. I want to understand, what is the relationship between numbers and referendum? Don't we have our referendum in our constitution because we don't have enough numbers to conduct a referendum or what. I want you to link, what you said between population and referendum as a way to follow the.
When you have the Constitution of 1999, it was not the people that sat to give that Constitution. It was the military leaders. Now, assuming you have all the communities, all the ethnic groups coming together to put up a constitution, you can see that the figure is there. Can you compare the figure of all the ethnic groups coming together to form a constitution and just a military giving the constitution? Are they the same? The question is not the same. They are not the same. Number one, the figure is not the same. Number two, the representative are not the same. So, and that is why if you have it's not the same. And that you're operating in does not mean that it should continue.
We have National Assembly that represents us. We all went to the polls and elected people in the House of Representatives, and we elected people to represent us in the Senate. If we were very mindful of the fact that we didn't have the numbers to create this constitution, why did we always roll out during elections to go and vote in people to represent us? I want you to create a nexus between population and referendum.
Now, if you are looking for election, and if you are looking for referendum, you understand that Nigerian constitution as of today is faulty. It is not the people that sat together as a people to bring up that constitution. So if the people, the number of the people, that is the ethnic groups, are not together, so that means the figure is not correlating. So that means you cannot tell me that you're having a constitution in 1999 as a result of referendum. So you can see that something is wrong with the figure. But something is also wrong with the ethnic groups coming together.
So when the economy falters, it's because it is the military that gave us a constitution that we operate. Because we don't have the numbers to run a proper constitution given to us by ourselves.
Now, the same economy that is faulty, why is it faulty? It's because it's also the same few that is marginalizing the majority. And all of us are shouting that the economy is bad. Okay, the economy will continue to bad as long as the people are not involved in the economic process and policies.
Stop blaming the president.
You should stop blaming the president.
And blame the
I have said that before. Right. Blame the people, not the president.
No, don't blame the people. We blame the constitution.
All right, let's bring in John Akerele, who is a journalist and a public affairs analyst, into this conversation. He is in Japan and is joining us virtually. Good morning, John Akerele.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, good to have you. You've been following the conversation so far, and I want to get your take on this issue as regards Mr. Sunday Igboho's later petition to the UK Prime Minister and the response he gets. What do you really make of that?
Thank you very much, and good morning to all of our viewers all over the globe. Good morning to my also senior colleagues or panelists in the studio, particularly Moses. Please let's look at this issue of Sunday Igboho with a double lens. There is a message underneath that agitation. And what is that message? You cannot tell me that everybody is mad in the country. Those who are agitating for Igbo Nation, they are mad. Those agitating for Yoruba Nation are mad. Do you also know that there are some people also mad, agitating for new creation of states? These are indicators that there are some common factors common to all of these people who are agitators. And what is that thing? Is that they do not feel inclusive in how the government is being run. They feel that the quota, the sharing formula of the country does not favor their own region in their own plight. They feel marginalized. They feel neglected. They feel underdeveloped. And that's why they are saying, if they have their own control of their own states, of their own region, they can better manage their own resources rather than contributing us to the general platform and then getting few. That being said, Nigeria is a sovereign state on its own. And so UK does not have that effort to say, Yoruba Nation, have your Yoruba Nation. However, there is something called diplomatic ties and bilateral trade between Nigeria and United Kingdom that we have shared over decades. And so that can also be an avenue where they are exploring in terms of not going through a non-violent approach of having a Yoruba nation. And I think that's what Sunday Adeyemo is doing, not going by the violent approach of having the Yoruba nation. That being said, the question that we should ask is, why is it that the same response that has been melted to other agitators has not been melted to Sunday Igboho? That takes us to the issue of equality. One stone takes all, not different stone for different people. Then and then can we be said that we are a people, a country of equal values, equal consequences for the same action. Don't forget also that some time ago, Sunday Igboho was arrested in Benin Republic. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, who said he wanted his own hip-hop nation, we saw how the government responded to him. And so what Barrister is saying to you in the studio is that let us see that the punishment or the response is the same all across board, irrespective of your ethnicity, irrespective of your geographical location, irrespective of the part of the country you're coming from. As far as we are saying this is one Nigeria, then we must also have equal responses for actions. However, the underlying factor is that the people are not happy. And that is why you keep hearing of different agitations coming from different quarters. Now, will this agitation die? The answer is no. The only thing that can solve this agitation, because if this generation go, the next generation that will come will still continue this agitation. Mark my words. And don't forget that the internet never forgets. And so what the government of the day should be doing, coming to Mr. Okpe's issue now, that the constitution we have was handed over to us by the military. For God's sake, this is over 60 years of that. Are you still blaming that constitution? Have we not had successive governments over the past 60 years? So are you telling me that those successive governments do not know that the constitution is a problem for us? Are you saying that there are not members of the House of Rep, the National Assembly, who have been in that chamber for 24 years? Are you saying that they do not know that constitutional amendment is paramount? And these are the questions we should be asking.
All right,
because
Mr. John.
Indeed
Mr. John, you know, when you were talking, you said something about how some people are being, treated with kid glove when they are agitating, and others are being, faced with a high road. Are you now also saying something that happens to be in line with what Mr. Akintoye, Professor Akintoye said? He said that the federal government is not like having an interest in Sunday Igboho. Maybe he has something he's not letting out. Given the fact that he has been accusing the federal government during the time of Brutai of trying to bribe Sunday Igboho from saying more so that he will stay out of the agitation by Yoruba people.
Well, what I'm saying is, if there is a law and there are consequences for that law, if you have breached the law, face the consequences. The law is, that's why if you go to the courtroom, you always see that their emblem, that is blindfolded. It does not know you. And so if you have you have gone against that law, you should face the consequences, because the law does not know either you are Nnamdi Kanu or Sunday Igboho. What the law knows is that you have broken the law and you should face the consequences.
So why do you think some people are still in detention and others are moving freely in this country? We have not just Sunday, but we also have Shawore also who push for a movement. And just like Moses Wallace said, we have the Onitire who also read out her own cessation plan or act this year, and yet no arrests have been made and no one is saying anything about that.
My dear, the same thing you are saying, that's the same reason some fraudsters will give to you. Ask them, why are you into fraud? They say to you, what about our senators who are representing us? Are they not bigger fraudsters? When they give you money for your constituency projects we cannot see. The money we cannot see. Which one is a bigger fraudster? Is it him that is just doing petty fraud? Or so we are to look at the way we have degraded ourselves as a people. We have come down to that level where we have lost morals and values, that we can now start talking about this one is a big thief, this one is a small thief. Oh, this one offense is so big, this one offense is so small. Offense is offense. Stealing is stealing. Be you a governor or a president or a senator. And until we get to that point where people are punished and are shown as scapegoats. See, growing up for me as a young boy in the state of Lagos, how do we learn to behave ourselves? When somebody steals and the person is flogged publicly, you send a signal to other people who might be thinking in their head or have it in their mind that they want to steal. That is not what we should do, because if you do it, you will be flogged publicly. Now, the fear of being flogged publicly stops some people from stealing. Until now, they never stole. But in a case where people steal and then you give them bigger appointment, you give them a bodyguard and a badger, what you are saying to the other ones is, go and steal, nothing will happen. And so the same thing, a country that has no consequences for actions, anything goes. And that's why we are at this point where we are. Right. But my call out to the president of the nation is to look at these issues. Leave Sunday go, but look at the underlying factors. What are the causes? Why are there several agitations? What can this administration do to ameliorate these agitations? One, for me, is that constitutional review. Once we have a referendum where everybody comes together, sit down and formulate our own constitution by the people, then you'll see that agitations will go down drastically and will start addressing all of the issues according to their region, which take us back to regional system of government. Good. And with that, some of our issues will be solved.
All right, good. John, thanks for your thoughts. Please stay with us. We'll come back to you. Let's bring Barrister Darlington Agomo. I want to ask, do you think that Igboho is serious in what he's doing, or is he merely playing salary? I say that in the light of the fact that before Tinubu made on the as president, the West was complaining, that they had been sustained and Buhari did this, that he was nepotistic and all of that. And now the president is a Yoruba man. Just last week, we heard Aremu Shegu Oshoba say that Nigerians support President Tinubu, have patience with him because he is a Yoruba man, and that he is also going to do another 4-year term after this one. And now we have Sunday come and say, oh, we want the Yoruba Nation. Do you think that he's sincere? Because presently it is the Yoruba Nation that has benefited in this presidency more than any other in terms of appointment. The North is even kicking. So do you think that Igboho is sincere or is merely playing to the gallery?
Thank you, Mr. Okoro. You see, the greatest problem of we in the South here is that we don't even know that we are being manipulated by some people who want to hold us in bondage. The Southwest and the South have been manipulated in this corner. They will use the Yoruba man against the Igbo man.
Who does that?
Some people from the North. Let me give you the history now. Remember that after June 12th, obviously the Southwest suffered more in the hands of both Babangida and Abacha. They suffered more. And that was why Nade could come up. Most of their leaders are not that. You know what happened. Now, within that period, when they now brought out, what's it called now? We are going back to civilian administration. Abdul Salami now said that the AD, which was representing the Southwest then, will not contest that election because they were not prepared. Of course, they were coming out from agitation, no structure, nothing. And so, a Yoruba leader, Abraham Adesina, now told Abdul Salam that if the Yoruba did not take part in this election, that they will pull out of Nigeria. Listen very well. At that time, the North knew that they are already losing grip of Nigeria. Remember, they have been the problem. They have been the problem of this country in all ramifications. They don't want things to move forward. They don't want this country to develop. They're always holding on to power as if it's their birthright. I was all over the media telling the Southwest, this is the time for us to come to the table and tell the North, let us rearrange this thing so that nobody will be a slave in Nigeria. Unfortunately, nobody listened. They went to bring out Obasanjo.
Keep on fighting, yeah, yeah, ooh. Stop. Keep on fighting, yeah, yeah, ooh.
Get ready, good people of Biafra and lovers of freedom all over the world, for this invitation announcement as we approach the December Biafran historical event in Finland 2024. The Biafran Redeclaration Sponsorship Committee and its members are inviting all Biafrans and friends for a mega fundraising this Sunday, October 20th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Biafran time. Always remember that the enemies understand what is coming and the wait of our result. So, the harder we push and support financially, the more the enemies tremble. The closer we get to the promised land, the tougher we expect it to be. Together we shall win, and the sun must surely rise this year. Biafran Fest, Biafran Exodus, and Biafran Republic Government in Exile. Bon.
Shout out to them soldiers, where they find them, where they fight us. Stand strong and courageous, cause if you leave them, they will cage us. Shout out to them soldiers, where they find them, where they find us. Stand strong and courageous, cause if you leave them, they will cage us. Brother, it's a matter of time, truth to prevail, all your agenda. Keep on fighting, yeah, yeah, ooh. It's a hope, a referendum is a right, yo.
Bergi USA is welcoming our Obataobi, His Excellency Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ikpa to United States USA for a town hall meeting, and Bergi, Texas will be presenting the Kola Nut, Iwa OG. Therefore we are inviting wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafrans, well-wishers and all lovers of freedom to this great event.
We are going home.
Thank you so much for watching the program. I appreciate you for your patience to watch from beginning to end. I hope you have learned a lot from this very program that I just played, this video. Please like and share the video. Share to all platforms. After sharing the video, now you can go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever suggestions, contributions you have to make, what do you think about the video I just played? Go to the comment section and put your comment. I will go through the comment section, and I bet you I am learning a lot from there, and you can equally learn from there. Let us share our experience on that comment section. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Don't forget to share, and we continue to bless you as you share. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne.